you guys? It's your, oh my God, my hair looks crazy. It's your sports chica, Carolina Teague. This is episode 23, League of Our Own. Welcome back.
Here we go.
It's April 27th, 2023, and I'm here at Vod Pod Media Studios with my guy, radio husband, and Gylan Jackson, making sure everything is running smoother than all of on a baby's behind. Everything but my goddamn hair. That's all I'm going to say to start this off. We got a lot of things to talk about. NFL draft. I came back from vacay.
Yeah, where in the hell you been?
I've been in Vegas, and then my tooth fell out. Remember I told you? Oh, I didn't get to tell everybody. My tooth fell out. Fell out. And
You
it
like
was
the new angle on the camera?
Yeah, but I don't like my angle. Can you back me up just a little bit?
Shit. She said, I don't need to know what I look like tonight.
I know. But
Is that good?
Yeah, way better. Way better. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. I like that. What the hell?
Right there.
I don't like that. That's too close. My hair looks ugly today.
Ain't nobody worried about your hair looking ugly.
Okay, so check this out.
Do you like that? Is that good?
I want bring my head like this. We should have did this before the show started, but it's okay. Y'all can see this right there. Perfect. I like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So check this out. I've been in Vegas. My tooth fell out. I have dental surgery. I have 3 dental surgeries. My first one was last week. My second one is next week. And then
But your tooth didn't fall out in Vegas.
No, it fell out right before I went to Vegas.
Okay.
So it was just like a nightmare. I was like, right before I go to Vegas, I have all these big plans. Then I have to drop a lot of change on, getting my tooth. And I was eating a Starburst. I don't know how that happened, but it was basically a crown that came out, and then the tooth came out with it. It was in the back of my mouth. I ended up having to go to the dentist. They put me on Valium, which I don't think I've ever done Valium in my life. But I felt great on Valium.
I've never done Valium. Have you ever done crack? I mean, like,
it felt crazy. So I went to Vegas because I wanted to go watch the Tank fight. By the way, I got invited to Icon Talks, but I never ended up going because I passed.
Oh, he reached out to you?
No, another person in the boxing industry invited me to go with them.
Okay, cool.
And I ended up not going. Mike Tyson was there because I passed out. And I needed a break. I was like, look, I need a break. Like, I appreciate going and stuff, but I was tired, needed a break. I needed a reset, especially since my tooth fell out. There's just a lot of things going on.
Okay, never mind.
What does my tooth have to do with going to Icon Talks?
No, like your tooth fell out. It's okay. It's not like it was a tooth that people see.
It's hard for me to eat right now.
Because why?
Because it hurts. Like, they put the tooth in and it hurts. Like, straight up, like it hurts.
You don't have
right
another
now.
side of your mouth?
Oh yeah, but it feels weird, like eating on one side of my mouth. Look crazy, like
So you're used to eating on the side of your mouth that the tooth fell out on.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So now I gotta eat on the other side, but now I look crazy. So because it feels crazy when I eat.
There we go.
Anyway, so I got invited to an event, Icon Talks, where Mike Tyson was gonna be there. It was a private, small, intimate event. I ended up not going because I was in Vegas, passed out. And the Tank fight also too. I didn't go see that physically because I wanted to enjoy myself. I'm starting to see that I like to enjoy things as a fan recently because I cover a lot of boxing. I cover a lot of events. So it feels good to let my hair down and not have to work or do anything. And I needed a break. So I went to Vegas. It's the NFL today, so as the picks come in, I'm going to be telling you guys what they are, but you guys are going to have to listen to all the crazy stuff that happened to me in Vegas. I know they say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and right now the Carolina Panthers are on the clock. They got 5 minutes to make a selection, which I'm pretty sure they're going to roll with Bryce Young, the 204-pound quarterback out of Alabama. But I went to a club where Pauly D was at. I don't know if you know who Pauly D is. Have you heard of Pauly D, Gylan?
Yes, I know who Pauly D is.
Okay, he's from the Jersey Shore. If you guys don't know who he is, I went to the club, and the craziest thing happened there. It was a nighttime pool party.
You were twerking with Snooki.
No, there was a pool cabana, and there was somebody butt naked having sex with an individual at the club at nighttime. And I was like, oh, this is perfect Vegas stuff. So everybody in the crowd was watching this person in the cabana out in the open having sex.
Everybody? Were you watching?
Yeah, everybody was watching. Everybody was like, oh, he's getting it. He's having sex with someone. And all you could see is this dude's ass cheeks because the cabanas are up at the second floor and they're out in the open. It's not like closed private cabanas or like a hotel room where we're invading their privacy. No, this is literally out in the open in the pool. They made a decision to have sex at the second floor. So we're all watching this. People are recording. Everybody's cheering. About 5-10 minutes go by. And all the guys, all the girls are watching. Everybody's screaming. Finally, the crowd starts screaming so loud that the guy realizes that they're recording him having sex. So he turns around, like freaking out. Like, is that like, what the heck? And then the person who he's having sex with turns and looks too into the crowd, and they were both men. So it was actually two gay men having sex. So then all the guys were like, oh wow, my God. Ah. So that was the craziest plot twist. That was the craziest plot. This was so Vegas. I was like, yo, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But I had to tell you guys that story because that was like some movie type stuff. Seriously, like, what are the odds? Everybody's thinking he's heterosexual having sex with a woman. And no, it's two men having sex with each other on the rooftop. And they were so embarrassed they ran off, by the way. They ran off.
So you could see them on the rooftop.
Yes, yeah, you could. Yeah, it was wide open. I'm gonna post a video of me or the video of the cabanas on my stories tonight. If you guys are interested, you'll see the pool and then you'll see the top area where there's like some cabanas up top, and at that rooftop that's where you can see. So you'll see that it's not like we were invading their privacy. No, this was part of the pool and they were out in the open doing this. So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and they were busting it wide open. Anyways, Pauly D comes out. It's a great show. He plays house music and hip hop, and I just felt like that was a perfect Vegas story, and I had to tell you guys, what the hell happened. I know we're talking about the NFL draft. The pick is in, and Carolina's on the clock right now. I can't wait to see who they're going to get. I'm so surprised. Let's see who they're going to go with. Bryce Young is the person that they're probably going to pick, but evidently they need a defensive end on their team as well. They said their best fit would be Tyree Wilson. So we'll see what ends up happening. Anything can happen with these draft picks. And but like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if they go with Bryce Young. Another story that I have in Vegas, because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas unless you have a podcast with Guyland like I do.
And Carolina.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't go to Vegas with Carolina because you will tell everybody what the hell happened.
Well, I'm not dropping names. I'm not saying names. So I feel like, I don't have to say names. And if I don't say names, I think I sinned as much as I possibly could in Vegas. So any sinning thing that you could think of, I did it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Are you proud of yourself?
I am proud of myself. I felt like a freaking 20-year-old again. Okay, no, but seriously. So I go to Vegas. I'm losing money. We're staying at the Paris. And I'm a huge blackjack lover. I was gambling on sports. By the way, the Bucks screwed me over. I was betting on the Bucks to win that particular day. And Jimmy Buckets decided to drop, what was it, like a historic night for him? It was like 50 points plus or something like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was crazy. He went crazy in the fourth quarter.
Hey, I got something for you.
Yo.
How much you love me?
A lot.
Bryce
Wow. Young. Okay, good job. I love this. This is awesome. We have it live right now. The pick is in. Alabama's quarterback Bryce Young goes to Carolina. And now Carolina switched their they switched their number 9 pick with the Chicago Bears, which is my personal favorite team. I love this. The Chicago Bears got a lot of draft capital in exchange for this pick. And they also got DJ Moore as well. And then you see Carolina got what they really need, which is a quarterback and the best quarterback to come out of the draft. So it's really
Is he the best?
I mean, well, already, people think it's CJ Stroud too. It could be CJ Stroud.
Well, you heard about CJ Stroud though, right? You heard the dirt.
What dirt?
They released that they had an aptitude test, and Bryce Young scored in the 90 percentile, and CJ Stroud scored like 18%.
What's aptitude? What is that? You got to talk to me like I'm 4. What's that?
That's a test. It's like a quarterback test. See how smart you are.
Oh, like as far as your football IQ.
Like the Wonderlic. Yeah, like they used to take the Wonderlic test and they don't do it anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
so.
Do you believe? I mean, maybe he freaked out because it's a test.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, "Yo, dog, it's a test."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm not a good test taker.
Yeah, some people are not good test takers, and
yeah.
But also, can you stand the test of football when your win is on the line? So,
well, I think I don't know. That's a good question, Carolina. That's a good question.
Yeah, it is because. But I guess time will tell, honestly. We really don't know if those tests really are worth it. I mean, just like the NFL Combine, you see, people's stock drops based off how they perform in the Combine. I don't think that's necessarily fair because they play 4 years in college and then based off how they perform in the Combine, they get, picked off that. Now we got Houston on the clock. Sorry ass Houston, Texas.
H-Town.
But I love H-Town. Shout out to H-Town. The best available person right now is Bijan Robinson. I Cowboys fans, I can't believe they think he's going to drop to number 26. I mean, he might, but really, do you guys need another running back in the draft? If he's the best available, you know that Jerry Jones is more than likely going to go with it.
There's no way. If he's the best quarterback in the league, they're not. Cowboy fans are delusional.
Running back, if he's the best. But, like, my thing is
running back,
Okay, my thing is this. They got rid of Dalton Schultz earlier this year. So they do need a positional tight end, definitely. So I think the Cowboys are going to roll with a tight end. And I also think the Cowboys may roll with the running back because they no longer have Ezekiel Elliott, and then Tony Pollard also has his injury issue from last season. So they do have a positional need for a running back, and they do have a positional need for a tight end. But I think if they had to roll with one or the other, they'd probably go with a tight end. I don't know why I'm talking about another Texas team when another Texas team is on the clock, but
because the Cowboys are what people want to hear about.
They said that Bijan Robinson is the best available right now for the Texans, and the best fit is, again, Tyree Wilson. It looks like the pick is in for the Texans, so we'll see. Man, this is going by fast. This is why I hate doing shows during the draft, because I can barely tell people about my haunted stories.
We'll talk about the haunted stories.
Well, yeah, we'll talk. Once the pick is in, we'll give you guys the haunted stories. Hold on, let's see.
What, Bryce Young first?
Okay.
What?
Reza says.
That's crazy.
Reza says Bijan Robinson to the Cowboys, please. Frank Valdez says what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Thank you guys for watching. I haven't been back in a while, so my apologies. What else is going on? You know why probably people are watching, people are not watching? It's because the goddamn draft is on. We should have aired before the draft started, but we got shit to do.
I mean, listen, somebody was in Vegas. I just been sitting here waiting for my work wife. That's all I know.
Okay, so let me tell y'all the haunted story so I could just do this real quick. So I was in Vegas. I lost a lot of money. Unbeknownst to me, I started I didn't know I was staying in a haunted hotel. We were at the Paris, and we started winning at the Horseshoe, which is connected to the Paris. And we decided, well, why don't we just leave the Paris and go stay at the Horseshoe? That way we can just walk downstairs at the casino floors and start winning at blackjack, because I love blackjack, and one of my problems is that I can't get off the blackjack table once I start winning.
So do you stay at 15 or do you hit at 15?
It depends on what the dealer has. If the dealer has anything less than a 4, I'm not going to hit. If it's over a 4, I'm going to hit.
Okay.
So, because I think they're going to bust. So I was up like $400 at the blackjack table. That's when we made the decision to go to stay at the Horseshoe. Well, you guys know I believe in ghosts, and I've actually seen a ghost one time in my life, and it changed my life, and everybody thinks I'm crazy. But And we've tried staying in haunted hotels purposefully to see if we could catch a ghost. And of course, we never see a ghost or catch a ghost. And we didn't even feel creepy vibes, nothing. But unbeknownst to us.
How do you catch a ghost?
Like
fishing? What the hell?
Like, I don't know, like just,
ghosty.
like just
ghosty.
like just hoping the ghost comes out, like when you're staying
You
there.
leave some marshmallows for him?
No, I don't think they eat marshmallows. Maybe they do. I don't know. But I was,
because they're white and never mind. You missed
no,
it.
they're translucent.
I've seen, but if you see a ghost, how's a ghost translucent if you see it?
Because they
here's
have,
a pick.
okay, the pick is in for the Texans.
You know what? Our last show was fun,
do you
too.
think they're going to go on the defensive side? Part of me, they went with C.J. Stroud.
Ooh.
Wow. They ended up going with C.J. Stroud.
That's
wow. They
huge.
surprised everybody.
That's huge.
Wow. No, everybody thought they were going to go. All the analysts were saying they were going to go defense. And that shows that
analysts don't know what the fuck they talking about.
No, that just shows that they don't believe in Davis Mills. This is their new quarterback, y'all. They don't believe in Davis Mills. I mean, they did the Davis Mills experiment last year. It didn't go out as planned. And now they have their new quarterback with C.J. Stroud. So I'm actually really, and Case Keenum, I think he's on the third string too or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, no, I'm kind of digging this pick for my Texans.
I do.
Now, I say for my Texans.
I do
because I grew up in Houston.
No, I do like this pick because they need a quarterback. They also need a coach. They need a lot of things, but the main thing, what wins Super Bowls is
they
a
need
good
Jesus in their life.
A good, yeah, period. No, I'm just kidding. A good
Actually,
quarterback.
the Texans really do.
Why? They need Jesus.
Man, all the stuff that happened with the Texans.
Yeah, they went through a lot.
They did go through a lot.
I was gonna say, this is a good pick because originally people thought that Lamar Jackson was going to probably go to the Texans. However, he just turns out he resigned with the Ravens for about 5 years. They don't know the terms of the deal just yet, if I'm not mistaken. But
they said I thought it was 178 million, 175 million guaranteed, and then 230 possible.
It's still great. That's a great deal. And
it's an amazing deal.
Especially now that they have Odell Beckham on the team. And
they still need another receiver, though.
They do.
They got a great tight end.
They need a better receiving core, especially for somebody like Lamar Jackson. But I think signing Odell Beckham gave him the confidence that they do want to put a winning product around him offensively, because that's always been the struggle for them, is putting the positional pieces around them on the offense in order to be successful. Now, the Cardinals are on the clock, but let me just say this one last thing about C.J. Stroud. So they thought Lamar Jackson was going to possibly sign with the Texans, but I didn't really see that happening because the Texans also have offensive line issues as well. And I don't think they have the desirable cap space to have somebody like Lamar Jackson on their team. So I didn't really necessarily see that happening. But I do like the fact that C.J. Stroud is now the new quarterback. Now they're saying right now he has positional awareness, he has field vision, he's a good quarterback. He played for Ohio State. A lot of people say that quarterbacks from Ohio State, they never pan out really well,
amount to anything. Yeah,
but I beg to differ. I mean, I believe in Ohio State quarterbacks mainly because my team has an Ohio State quarterback. So anyway,
they did damn good this year too.
Big facts. So anyway, so let me finish this story. So I stay at the hotel, right? And, you know, as soon as I walk in to the Horseshoe in Las Vegas, I get creepy vibes. It feels like when you walk in, you're in the movie The Shining. And it felt very eerie. So I step into the elevator and I'm with my luggage, and the door opens and halfway shuts about 3 separate times. I didn't think nothing of it. I just thought maybe it's some electrical issues. I didn't think nothing of it. I just kind of chalked it up to that. I was like, it does feel weird. The elevator, it did act a little funny, but take me to the floor, whatever.
Was it telling jokes?
No. So then I come out.
You said the elevator was a little funny. Was it telling jokes?
So then I come out to the elevator. And at the elevator corridor, again, I was staying on the 15th floor. And I needed to go to the lobby. Well, without pressing a button, an elevator to the far left opened on its own to take me to the lobby. So I just walked in it, went to the lobby. Once again, I'm like, this is electricity. What are they called? Electrical issues. Not going to think nothing of it. But it did feel weird, right? Another time I was in the elevator with another gentleman, and we're, trying to go to our floors, and all out of nowhere, the elevator just starts pushing random floors on its own, and it takes us to each of those floors, and nobody gets in or gets out, and then we just go to our rooms. So the elevators, and it wasn't just one specific elevator, it was all the elevators that were acting like this. And so I started feeling a little bit weird. I went to sleep, woke around 7 o'clock in the morning. I felt a very warm spot on my back, and it was very warm, almost like a lot of heat. But I woke up and I was like, well, maybe it's just really hot in that spot. And I went back to sleep. Whatever. So I woke up. Something else happened in the elevator, which made me decide to Google, is this haunted? Is this place haunted? Well, it turns out there was a fire there. The Horseshoe is formerly known as the MGM Grand. And there was a fire there, actually the second biggest fire in U.S. hotel history. And 85 people died in the fire. And a lot of the people died between floors number 14 to 26. And we were staying on the 15th floor. And I started reading the stories about how at the time there was no sprinklers or no fire alarms. And the tragedy of this fire, the old MGM Grand, aka the old Bally's, now the Horseshoe where I was staying at, now there's, I had like at least 2 sprinklers in my room in particular, and a smoke detector, and you could see the way that the building was now, that would never ever happen again. They said that if they had sprinklers at the time, it would have just been a small fire and cleaning up wet floors, and that would have been it. But because of the smoke inhalation and the lack of sprinklers in the rooms, all these people ended up perishing. So that kind of freaked me out, but didn't think nothing of it. I go downstairs, I'm playing blackjack, and Christian, he's on the 15th floor, and he's getting some money or whatever he's doing up there. And he calls me, and he's like, hey, he's like, do you hear that noise? There's a fire. And I'm like, no. He's like, yeah, there's a fire. And he puts the phone up so I can hear it, and the fire alarms are going off. He's like, the fire alarms are going off on our floor. And he's like, I ran outside, and the security told us to just go back in our rooms. They're investigating it, and everybody's kind of freaking out. And he said, when I closed the door to our hotel room, he was like, I started hearing like muffling and people like screaming and panicking, but our floor is kind of dead. It's just me and 2 other people here. And I was like, are you okay? Is there a fire? He's like, there's no fire. So the security guard then comes back to the hotel rooms, and he says, well, the ghosts of the fire, they tend to pull the fire alarms to warn the people, and it's really nothing. So the fire alarms went off, whatever. Then I get on social media and I tell people that this place is haunted because there was a fire and the ghosts pull the fire alarms. Soon as I say that, probably about 5 minutes later, the ghosts pull the fire alarms again. And this was in 2 separate days, by the way. They pulled fire alarms on day 1 and then fire alarms on day 2 or 3. So the place is haunted. I'm convinced. It feels really creepy. And we had a...
So did you talk to anybody that worked there?
Yes, we talked to the security guards.
And they feel that it's haunted as well?
They know that it's haunted.
Okay.
They know that it's haunted. They say that they have to check. They have to go and they have to check to see what the fire alarms are in case it really is a fire. But 9 times out of 10, because they pull the fire alarms at night. Like the fire alarms were pulled like at 2 in the morning.
Wait a minute. The Texans had the second and third pick?
Did they trade up? Hold the fuck up. Are you sure? I thought it was the Cardinals, unless they traded.
Did they? I think they got the second and third pick.
Hold on, let me refresh. Oh, yeah, they did. They got Will Anderson from Alabama. I guess they traded with the Cardinals. We missed that. I think the Texans are making big moves. How do you feel about the Texans right now?
I feel real. I mean, you got, listen, defensive starter or defensive, top 5 picks are normally amazing in the NFL.
This is
quarterbacks. This is huge.
This is a bombshell. The Texans traded
huge.
all the way up to number 3, and they took Will Anderson. And they just, D'Amico Ryans has one opportunity to get it right. They got C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. That is crazy. But I wonder what they gave up. The Arizona Cardinals traded with them. That is, okay, so the Cardinals, in exchange for this, are getting the number 12 pick, the number 33 pick, a first rounder in 2024, and a third rounder in 2024. And the Texans are getting pick 3, which they just got Will Anderson. And they're also getting pick 105. Do you think that's a good move in the long run, especially since the Texans have had their issues with giving up too many picks in the past?
Of course. I think it's a great move.
Okay.
I think it's a great move.
Okay. Because they got two of the top 2 picks.
So, a couple of things that people don't realize about the Texans is that they've been mediocre since they came back. The Oilers were a decent to mediocre team. The Texans have just been mediocre. They had one of the best defensive players, future Hall of Famer, I hope, J.J. Watt. But you haven't had a great quarterback. And so now you got a chance to have a great quarterback. Well, you had
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson. I mean, yeah. So, which he is great. Yeah, he is great.
He's great, but they had they had no protection for him. They had nobody on the offensive line. He was one of the most sacked. He was one of the most sacked quarterbacks in the NFL when he was playing for them. And on top of that, you have what happened where, what was it, the former Bill O'Brien, the former coach and GM, botched everything. And so now they're building themselves back up again. I like this move. I like that they were risky, but I'm hoping that in the long run, it really pays off for them.
Yeah, it's huge risk, but it could be huge reward.
Absolutely.
You don't, listen, Houston is a great sports city. Even though they haven't produced the most champions, right? I mean, last championship, the Astros, of course. But, you got the Rockets that are going to be up and coming, that are young core. You have now the Texans with the young core. It could be special. This could be really, really special.
Yeah, and D'Amico Ryans, your ass is on the line. So, I mean, you have to make big moves like this. So,
yeah,
it's really good. But those were the first 3 picks, and I have to get going to finish watching the draft at home. I haven't seen y'all in a while, but I will be back next Wednesday as scheduled. Like I said, I have my dental surgery on, Tuesday? When the hell's my dental surgery?
I think you said Tuesday.
Tuesday? Yeah, and then I'll be back Wednesday if I could talk, but
okay.
I'm pretty sure I could talk.
Yeah, and we might have some shakeups on the show, guys. I gotta bend Carolina's ear. I think it's time to shake some shit up.
I'm ready to shake up some shit. So let's do it. I'm ready.
I think we should shake up some shit.
All right, I'll see you later. Bye, guys. We love y'all. Thanks for tuning in, even though it was last minute. We love you guys. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Hold on one second.